Justice shall you pursue. Deuteronomy 16:20. Because justice has to be pursued. It won't just happen. Today we find that biblical sentiment in that aphorism that people use, be the change you want to see in the world. The other text that informs and inspires and guides me, and this one has done so since I was a little kid. You can sing it with me. What does the Lord require of you? To seek justice. Micah 6:8. Pastor Brandon told me about one of the core values lifted up at Central Union Church, KAULIKE. He also said that in thinking about this value, church members wrote, inspired by the courage and conviction of the saints in our church's history, we continue to act on God's love and justice for all. I was raised in the church, in the United Church of Christ. And I too was inspired and taught by the witness of my home church members when I was a kid. They are the ones who connected faith and justice for me. There's a bumper sticker that's been used in the UCC that I saved from very young age until I got my first card, just so I could put that bumper sticker on it. To believe is to care, and to care is to do. The adults in my home church modeled for me that intersection of caring and doing. There was Mr. McGovern. He was an older gentleman, and he would drive around to all the bakeries and pick up day-old bread and other baked goods. And then he would drive to the other end of the county, to the edge, to the less prosperous area where they had all set up a loaves and fishes food pantry, a hot meal site. Mr. McGovern was the epitome of someone who was making a difference downstream right now, making a difference in the lives of people for whom justice and the inequities of our society had brought them up short. On the other end of that spectrum, there was a number of women in the church. They would set up a card table every single Sunday, and they would have information sheets and postcards that would inform us all about the social justice issues and the problems and the inequities and the concerns of the day. And they would have us not only learn about the injustices, but then also do something about it. Write to our elected officials, write to government agencies, and ask them to change it, to fix it, to bring justice. What does justice look like now in the face of #MeToo and #ChurchToo and Black Lives Matter and #StopAsianHate? What does it look like now in the face of #ICan'tBreathe and #RememberTheirNames? So I now have a new favorite passage from Scripture regarding justice. It comes from Exodus 23:6. Do not deny justice to your poor people in their lawsuits. We are just after the jury decision in the Chauvin trial about his murder of George Floyd, a modicum of accountability in a land where there is no justice for African Americans. As Reverend Al Sharpton said at one of this week's memorial services for yet another Black person killed by white police officers, Al Sharpton said, peace is the presence of justice.